I was in here. I was talking shit in here before you got here, just so you know.
Really? What were you saying?
I was like, let me say it in my country accent just for Kay, because she loves it.
I do love a country accent, darling.
Apparently. Guys, this is like only the second time this weekend when I talked to my best friend. She's been busy.
Wow. Is that what we're going to do?
She's been preoccupied. She also
what? What are you going to
Hi,
tell me about? Oh, Jesse's in here. Hello.
Let's quit talking about it now.
You're such a... Oh, no.
She loves you guys deep down in her heart.
I do. Absolutely. With all my little black heart, I do.
She's just like a little bit off her game right now. Hi, Rose.
Did you not say her say, let me grab my earbuds?
No, I can't see any comments.
Oh, she said, let me grab my earbuds.
Hi.
Hello.
There you are. Okay, there we go.
Hi, beautiful.
Hey, yo.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you two?
Good.
We're great.
I'm so excited.
There's been so many things happening for you recently.
Yeah, it's been a busy month.
We're so happy for that, though. It's awesome.
I know so much, but I'm so excited.
Radha's Bride is your debut, correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Mafia, right in there.
Yeah, I'm
She
surprised
jumped right in there.
She didn't take no steps. We loved it though, and we love the work that Cole's doing with your audiobook, like all the sound effects. They were awesome.
I know, he's been so amazing.
I only got to, I think, chapter 18 in the audiobook so far, because I think that's all you posted so far, right? Is there more?
Yeah, there's more. I'm waiting for them to, because I have to re-record a little bit of chapter 17, so that hasn't been uploaded yet. So I was waiting for them to upload that before I upload everything else. So far, they've gone up to chapter 25 last I checked, and apparently chapter 24 is like an hour long. So,
Oh,
An hour?
yeah. Yeah.
you were coming in and out there for a second, so I was just giving it some time to catch up. I don't know if it's my phone or Kay's phone or whose phone.
But yeah, it was like an hour long, but apparently that was one of the jam-packed ones. So it was interesting.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Kay, do you mind sharing out the line? Because it won't let me do anything right now. Like I can't see comments. I can't even like the live. Like I can't.
You say you want me to share it?
Yeah, I can't do anything right now. It won't let me.
Ma'am, I will.
TT decided it was going to be, the thing today.
It's like, no, not for you, not today.
Shut it down. They probably knew that we were going to talk about Nikolai, and they were like, nope.
Not tonight. No, you girls get a little too crazy when it comes up to Nikolai. No.
Morley gray men, turn it down.
They were like, no.
All right. Let me know when you're ready, Kay. Have a soda because I'm trying not to drink energy drinks anymore.
That's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Horrible.
Kay's face is like, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Not I. That would not be me. Sorry. In order to give up soda, I would have to be dying. Doctor would have to be telling me, like, listen, if you drink one more soda, you're going to die. And I'd still probably be on my deathbed saying, give me one. I might
Can
as
I
well
have
go
one
happy.
last one?
That's fine.
what's
All right.
What's crazy about Kay though is that she's Pepsi, and Pepsi's gross.
Coke is gross. What do you mean?
We'll save that argument for
Somebody,
later.
somebody look at me like, excuse me, what do you mean? Sorry.
Coke is the original. OG.
What's your point? Pepsi is the new and improved.
You see, this is why you can't take us anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we're going to get started.
Hello, Miss
Everybody,
Kendra.
welcome to Spices of Paradise. This week, we were promoting Rose Chase's beautiful mafia romance, The Bratva's Bride. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I am right. Bratva's Bride. Okay. Hi, Gina. Okay. So, could you give us just a little brief overview of the book?
Yeah, and I suck at these, so hopefully it doesn't get drawn out much. But so Bratva's Bride is a Russian mafia romance. It's about
Gina.
about Nikolai, who is the head of the Volkov Bratva, and Angel, who is like a triad heiress, but she's like trying to escape that life. And it starts out with them kind of literally crashing into each other's lives. She saves him from a car crash, and that's how they meet. And then they end up in an arranged marriage that she agrees to reluctantly just to save her father from her evil stepmother. That apparently a lot of people have learned to really hate. His face.
My mama told me never to say anything if I didn't have nothing nice to say.
The story is pretty fast burn, I guess, kind of insta love, which I didn't plan for it to turn out that way, but you know it did. So pretty spicy and packed with a lot of like action and like your little dramatic moments and moments of little comedy to break it up. Basically, them just kind of like navigating through the relationship and Angel kind of learning to accept that the mafia life is always going to be a part of her life and that she can't escape it. So she just learns to embrace it eventually, with like Nikolai just kind of right there with her. And it's, even though it's a standalone, it's kind of like the start of like the chain of takedown of them taking over California completely. So with that one, they just kind of take down her stepmother and kind of give her dues and everything.
And we did not feel bad for her at all.
Not one bit. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
It's like, you don't have to be sorry.
I was actually trying to be nice.
So we just talked about earlier, like how you just like jumped in because this is your debut. What made you want to write mafia romance?
I think I was on a mafia kick with that when I just like decided like, hey, I'm just gonna write a mafia story. Like usually that's like not really what I read. So but I was like reading a lot of them and it was kind of like I don't like how they do this or that, or like that makes no sense. And then I just kind of let my mind wander and then I wrote it and then people were just like, you should publish it. And I was like, okay.
This isn't on the questionnaire, but does the series get like darker and darker as it goes on? Because I know you say that you're like a dark romance author, so that's why I wanted to know.
Kind of.
Because this is kind of dark, but it's like the cusp.
Yeah. So I think for this series, it's kind of they kind of hang around there. I don't know. Like I felt like the second book to the series went a little darker, but it's hard for me to gauge it sometimes, just because it's like, well, how do you define dark? Or like, I mean, I made the characters a little more traumatized, but like yeah, I feel like it just kind of this whole series is definitely kind of hangs a little closer to like that cuss softer edge, and I think like in a way like that's most of my books too. Like even though it's like dark romance is more of like a cozy dark than like a dark like how like HD Carlton's is or like Chantal Tressier's. Like it's not like that dark, but it's like definitely not like fluffy. So
Not
yeah.
fluffy. Kendra would like to know how many books do you have in the series so far?
Right now there's two published. The third one, I'm about to wrap up the first draft, and that's set to be released November. So
That's Cardinal, right?
no, Cardinal's a new Mafia series that I'm starting.
I see that new Mafia series.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
why
she
I
was just
came.
like, sorry, I'm starting a new one.
Yeah, I don't know how I got it in my head of like I'm gonna do like a next gen with them too, but I was like, I need partners for the kids, so I'm just gonna go around this way, start a new series, use that kid with that kid. So that's how that's gonna work. Like, yeah, Cardinal's a new one. Bounty is the third book in the series that's gonna come out in November, and then the twins they're gonna come out like I want to say hopefully like early 2025 next
We're talking
year.
about the twins from this book, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, all five brothers are gonna get books. So I have Nikolai. Stefan's is out already. That one's called The Bratva's Beast. And then Lev, The Bratva's Bounty, that one's coming out in November. And then the twins book names I'm still kind of like iffy on, but right now I'm settling on Bratva's Belle and Bratva's Beloved. I kind of want to stick to like the bees, so that's what it is right now. But hopefully those will be kind of within the first half of 2025, and then that'll be all five books done, and then I can focus on Cardinal.
So, what inspired the Volcav Bratva series?
Mainly just the other Mafia books I was reading, and I just found myself like wanting like different aspects of it. And then I was just like, I see a lot of Italian Mafia, a lot of like, I think most of them that I read were like Italian. So I was just kind of like, I kind of like my Russian men, so I'm just gonna. So yeah, that's how that started.
She's like, I'm just gonna put that out there that I like my Russian men.
Listen, the Russian in this book, like I tried to go to Google Translate, not gonna lie. I was like, what does this mean? So I do know that his nickname for her is Little Fox.
Yeah.
Where did you
I actually
have to
like
do,
that
like,
nickname, Little Fox.
it's really cute. Did you have to do like some deep dive to find that?
Yeah, I was just kind of like Googling around. I was like, what are terms of endearments in Russian? Does that one make sense? And then like I had to go to Reddit to where because it's like, well, Google's telling me this, but then it's like, let's hear from actual Russians and see what they say. And it's like, and like on Reddit, most of the time they write it out in like Cyrillic. So it's like I had to put that in Google Translate and then like translate whatever it translated, like kind of back and forth to make sure it was like what it was. And it's like, hopefully I'm not pissing people off with this.
That's a whole day of work right there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of it was like, is this accurate? But yeah, so I was like, I like my blue haired and like kind of brown blonde hair men, so I'm just gonna write this.
love the gotta do it. Love it.
I
That
mean,
would be me.
I personally have never read a Russian mafia book until your book. So
Me neither.
Aw,
I've
really?
never,
You're the first. You pop that cherry.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, because like you said, like even whenever you do read these mafia books, they're usually Italian, like New York.
Yeah, and like at first I thought about setting it in like New York, but then I was like, I don't want to like pull up Google Maps and like do a bunch of research. So I like this book, I totally just made up a town or like a city. I was just like, we're gonna do it on the West Coast where I'm comfortable, and we're just gonna make up a city because I am not gonna pull up Google Maps and start researching history because I don't got the time for that.
I'm already translating Russian. Like I'm busy.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. I was like, I don't want someone coming after me like, that's not a street in like LA or whatever. It's like, I'm just gonna make up my own town and then you can't argue with me because I made it up.
Listen, some readers are like that too. It's very scary.
I know. I mean, like most of the time when I read, like I don't fact check it. It's like, oh, yeah, sure, you say that's a street in New York. I'm probably gonna believe you, But then like some readers are like, I live in New York. That's not a street. And it's like, okay.
And to those readers, I say you should be an alpha or beta reader, not an arc reader.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't pick apart the arc read. Pick apart the beta read.
exactly.
Basically.
So the next book in the series you said are like based on the siblings. I have
Mhm.
to ask, are we gonna get Hannah's book?
Hannah's book is out because I put her with Stefan.
Oh, okay.
Initially, I planned for her and Lev to be together, but then halfway through that first book, I don't know what switched my brain. I was like, nah, I'm not feeling Lev and Hannah no more. I'm gonna. Yeah, a lot of people were quite surprised about that. They're like, Lev's not with Hannah?
Listen, I loved Hannah. I was like, that's my girl.
Yeah, her book is out with Stefan's, so it's the Bratva's Beast, so it's out.
I don't know what to say to that because I just feel bad for Stefan. He's probably like, he can't get nothing past her. Nothing.
But yeah, like when I was thinking about Hannah, it was like, well, like her and Lev, like like they kind of click together pretty well, but because they're really similar and everything. But I was like, I feel like that book would be like nothing would get done. But and then when I was writing Hannah's book, I kind of took a different turn with her to like give her more character development. Like there's like she still has her craziness in her that you see with that first book, but there's definitely more depth to her, and it just with Stefan. I think like halfway when I kind of thought about switching who I paired Hannah up with, I was like, I think Stefan would like bring out more of her and give her that stability that she kind of needs in her life. So it was definitely that book was definitely a bit tricky to write because I was like, I don't want to like dampen her character and make her like grow up in a way because it's like that's the craziness. It's like her personality already, and that's like that makes her her. But it's like so I didn't want to take that away, but I definitely didn't want to like just keep her like woo.
Now, does Nikolai and Angel like make appearances through that book as well?
Yeah, all the brothers and all the other characters, like throughout all 5 books, are gonna make like appearances here and there with everything. Just because, like, especially with the brothers, like they're a really tight family, so there's gonna be a lot of like brotherly moments and everything. Especially with Lev's book, there's gonna be a lot of like appearances from the others, where it's just like he's like going to them for like a lot of things.
You are busy because you're working on three different series, right? Because you also have like the demon series that you're
Yep.
doing.
Yep. I'm crazy. It's okay.
She's working late because she's a researcher.
We like a little crazy around here. It's okay.
Gotta write that book.
Yeah.
Which
Man, I
character
should
did
remember
you
that.
enjoy writing more?
So
Exactly.
far that
How
we've
do you manage everything
seen,
right?
like, what character, like, in like, just the Volkov series or, like, overall?
Well, you can do the whole Volkov series if
But I
in
think so
specific stuff.
far, mm, I want to say your Angel or the female main character in Bounty, Nicole. Between one of those two, just because it's like Angel, like she was kind of based on me in a way, or it's the person like I kind of wish I was. So like I really enjoyed writing her. But like Nicole, she's just like the crazy side of me right now that I'm like writing out. So it's like the stable life I wanted, or like the crazy life I wanted.
About all your characters, do you relate more to Angel?
Yeah, most of all, yeah, probably her. Just because, like I said, she was kind of like written to where it's like I kind of wish this was the person I was in a way. So definitely her.
Okay, I have to know this question. I have to get the answer to this question. What the heck inspired Lady Queen? Like, where you were just like, let me make the most savage villain woman ever.
Yeah, basically, I was just channeling my like inner Cinderella in a way. Or it's just like I know all the fairy tales. It's like the evil stepmother, but then it's like her reasons for being evil aren't that evil. And like even with like the mafia books I've read, where it's just like like where it's like that, just that parental figure who's just like doing stuff for their own gain. It's like you're not vile enough. So I was just like, I'll just kind of make her a little evil in a way, and it's like hopefully it's not too much, and hopefully I did it right. So sounds like
Oh,
I
you
did.
did it right. I was like, man, can you just go away, lady? Like, you're ruining everything. Just go away. Can you kind of
Like,
like
you have
explain?
pesky flies. Like, go away.
Oh my gosh! Like, especially there was one moment like in the book where she just showed up and she was like basically like, why isn't he? And it's like, girl, go home. Why are you here?
I really wanted to dig that nail in. Like, hey, she's the bad guy.
Can you kind of explain the relationship between Angel's dad and Lady King, because obviously there was some kind of bad blood there for him to like have red flags.
Yeah, so I think like I intended to write a bit more of like that stuff, but then I just never really got to it. It kind of slipped my mind because I totally pants the whole story. But basically, her and her dad, they the whole spiel was like Lady King Shing got rid of like her competitors, so every other mom that was out there. So she got rid of Angel's mom, which I think I revealed in the book. I'm pretty sure I did. And then she got rid of Greg's mom too, Angel's half brother, and just kind of like worked her way up in the ranks to get noticed by her father, and just kind of like charmed him. And obviously, like he's kind of like, well, I'm lonely, and like this woman's taking care of me, and like at first, it's kind of like she's nice to him, she loves him, and then things don't really start to come out until like more towards the end when like Angel starts to grow up a little more, and then her dad, just kind of starts to get tired of like being head of the triad and everything, and that's when it kind of comes out like Lady King's like more real self, to where she's like, she's like she likes the power of being like the head woman, all the power, all the money and everything. So like when he's kind of like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this no more, I want to just kind of pass it on. And she's obviously like, well shit, where does that leave me? So she kind of tries to vie for that power, and all of a sudden he's just kind of like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And like, with her, she wants the money and the power, and then she has no moral boundaries. She's like, if it gets me what I want, I'll do it. And like she does it under his nose for the most part, and he's just kind of like, it's like ignorant to it, because it's like, well, it's my wife, but then slowly it's like, okay, this is a bit of a problem. And then he tries to cut her off, and then everything like that, and that's when she's kind of like, okay, you gotta go before you actually make a problem for me. So she played him,
and boy does she try to get him out.
Mhm.
My screen froze, I'm sorry. I was like, wait, are you guys here?
we're still here, promise.
It was so funny because you were like, yeah.
I was like, don't look stupid, don't look stupid, don't look stupid.
She was secretly finding words up in her head. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
That's been me all day, so it's fine. I literally went and lay down. I was like, I'm gonna read. And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, it's time to get ready. So I'll probably be reading all night since I took a nap.
Oh,
I went off
So-
and went to the pool, and like 5 minutes before 7 was like, oh my god, we have a live, I gotta go.
I call her at 7:30 and she's like getting out of the
In a-
shower.
In a towel.
And I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna be late.
She calls me and she's like, ma'am, it's 7:30. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'll be ready.
I'm gonna give you some inspiration here, Rose, okay?
Oh, good.
I'm going to give you some inspiration from our good friend Kay. Our good friend Kay this weekend just noticed that her ex-boyfriend is connected to her calendar. So do with that information whatever you would like.
And it wasn't like a recent ex, it was more of a like 4 or 5 years ago.
So he had this calendar this whole time.
if that
gonna
was
sit here and
me in
take my
that
sip.
situation, I'd be so petty. I'd start deleting events and start adding random ones.
I know, right? I told her, I was like, what if he just showed up at like your doctor's appointment and met you at the waiting room or something? Hi!
I'd be like, excuse me, what are you doing here? It was on the calendar, so I just showed up. What?
This is starting to sound like a second chance romance where he's
See?
like showing up at her stuff.
Please, goodness, no. Absolutely not.
Oh, let me top it all off for you. Then she takes him off the calendar and he messaged her and he said, you're real funny. Because he got a notification saying you've been removed from Kay's calendar.
So does that mean he's actually been looking then if he responded like that?
He claims he was not.
With a response like
But-
that?
Yeah, that response was kind of quick too. It was like instant, like 2 minutes after I deleted him off. It was just like text message. Oh, you're funny. What? Why do you even know that? He's like, well, I got the email. I'm like, okay.
If you didn't care, then you wouldn't respond.
Yes, exactly. See, Rose things like if you didn't care, you wouldn't have responded.
I want you to know that I almost peed my pants laughing about the situation.
I'm glad that my life can be so like amusing to Lizzie. She does this to me on a weekly basis. Whenever something happens to me, and I'm the dummy that calls her and says, "Oh my God, do you know what happened?" And then she laughs at me for it.
Said, so I shouldn't come to the doctor's appointment.
That would have been.
That's like, Kendra,
Oh,
you're supposed to be on
oh,
my side here.
it gets even better. So then
Oh
he texts
goodness.
her. He texted her. He said, I didn't even notice. I missed all the parties. Dying laughing, guys. It was so funny. And if you know Kay, like you know, like she is type A to the fullest, and he's like checks everything, double checks everything, has everything in line, sorted out, and she let this go on for like
For
3
5
years.
years.
Yeah, 5
5
years.
years.
Like what?
That is just a sign of I need to get my shit together. Basically,
That's about to be a story.
See,
she told me that. Lizzie said exactly that. She's like, "I'm about to put this on TikTok."
I
As a
was like,
story.
this has got to be an inspiration for some author.
That's horrible.
Wedding Vegas 1/1/25. Just to throw him off.
Wedding
He'd come through the friggin' chapel. I object.
But Kendra. Oh goodness, I can't. Like I said, I'm glad my
That's how
life
she
is so
uses
amusing.
it to get him back. We like start putting in random dates, and he just shows up, and she's like, "Oh, I guess that well, since you're here, maybe you just stay," or something like that.
Oh,
I'm just saying, this could be a book like this. It
Oh,
could
it's
really
gonna be a book now. It's gonna go in my Single Chances series.
See,
oh no. But gee, thanks. I'm glad that I can be your inspiration, Rose. I'm like, when I read it, I'm gonna be like, that's me.
and
Right there.
everybody come back next week for story time. It's Spicy Book Paradise.
Story time about how Karen. Yeah, that's me.
Blind Date New York City.
Blind date, New York City, 11/11/24.
This man is gonna be
Hey,
on
that's
a
my birthday,
manhunt.
ma'am.
He's gonna be on a manhunt.
That boy gonna be all over 42nd Street, up and down Times Square. Where is he? No, please God, no. No.
Oh man, no,
She said,
definitely
"I
gonna
know
be
that
book.
would set him off."
Yeah, we don't want that. I'm good. Thank you very much.
It's been such a great weekend.
We're gonna
I hope
leave the
everybody
past
else
in the
is having
past.
a great weekend.
Yeah, everybody else is having a great week. Thanks, Lizzie. Appreciate that.
She loves me, guys. Don't let her fool you. She can try to act like it on live all she wants. She doesn't know what she would do without me. It's facts.
Well, if you say so, darling.
Okay, so there's a lot of exciting things happening for you. We're getting a book box. We're getting a an audiobook. I don't even know what's going on. I'm having a great time.
Oh, thanks, Maggie.
Right now we're writing a book, Maggie. That's going on.
Would that constitute as a stalker romance then? If he has access to her stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
There we go.
But then, how would it be considered a stalker romance if you by mistake allowed him to see it?
What if you send it to your mom, like missed a character like in the email, accidentally send it to Homeboy?
Accidental stalker romance.
That's
Listen,
a
I
whole
am
new
so glad
trope.
that my life events can be an inspiration for a book. Appreciate that. That's great. for me.
I can add more, but I'll keep up
No,
it up.
please, God, no.
Please keep up the
Rose,
ideas.
listen. I'm just gonna say this. Please don't let Lizzie convince you into writing anything that has to do with anything that has to do with me. Like if she tells you, "Oh, this thing happened to Kay," you should write about it. Don't let her convince you. As good as it sounds, please, for God, for everything that is holy, do not let her convince you to write it.
Listen, in a book, if you want a best friend that calls your ex-man hot dog water, just saying.
Lizzie,
If you want to write that in, just saying.
That's just gonna be
this
a line
live
now.
has
It's like, what are
turned
you
very
seeing
left.
again? Wait, you're
Hot
seeing
dog
hot dog
water.
water again? Why?
And that sounds
That was
like
my
her.
exact
Right.
response. Why? I'm
Ew.
gonna go over his house. Why?
Lord have mercy. I swear, none of my exes stand a chance against Lizzie. I feel bad for all of them.
Well, they fucked it. I mean, they messed it up for themselves. So sorry.
So
I almost came
sorry.
out of character.
You saw that, right?
She's like,
You
who's this the
almo-
crazy?
see,
Gotta bring it back in.
I'm so happy that we got this on recording. Thank goodness. Because nobody gets to see the petty side of Miss Beautiful Lizzie over here, but moi. And
You're like,
it
she
almost just
exists.
slipped. It
She's
almost
there.
just slipped.
You said it right the first time.
Yes, exactly. You said it right the first time.
I'm just trying to be professional. Literally, when we get off this live, Kay's gonna text me and be like, "Bitch, I'm never telling you anything again." And I'll be like, "That's a lie."
3 days
But
later, guess what happened?
right? Can you believe so and so texted me?
But yeah, there's a lot happening with, the book box, the audio book, and honestly, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real
That's so
sometimes.
funny.
Like, I'm
Does
just
it
like,
feel surreal? Like you're just
yeah, like,
uncommon?
I'm just like, huh? Like, I honestly, like, like, when I initially got that email for the romance reveal book box, I was just kind of like, is this real? And then, like, I was so happy about it, but then, like, I shared it with like the others. I was like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, maybe you should make sure it's real. I was like, oh, good point. So then I went on Instagram. I was like, I kind of feel bad about this. But it's like, hey, did you send this email? And they're like, that's us. I was like, oh my God.
It's happening.
Yeah. And then I think like 2 weeks later, I got another email from someone wanting me to be in their book box as well. And I'm like, I am done. I am done with life. This is too much happening.
You're also going to be at Barnes and Noble in Tampa, right?
So far the Tampa one, I mean, they said yes, but they haven't gone back to me with a date yet. So, but
Okay.
for sure, St. Pete's and then down in Bradenton, for sure have
Brandon?
confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, no, not Bradenton. That's way too far. Yeah.
Lizzie and I love St. Pete's.
Yeah, we love St. Pete.
We have so many memories there.
We're
Yeah,
going to try
so
to come. It's September 4th, right?
let's see here. The one in St. Pete's is September 7th. So 2
7th.
weeks from now. Ooh. I know. I'm so excited. It'll be like my first signing ever.
Right after that is Smut Lovers for us, too. So we're super excited.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. It's going to be in Orlando. It's going to be fun. Oh, your poor baby.
I love her face.
Your
Her
family's from
face.
there, Kendra? I didn't know your family is from there. My family's from there too.
Aren't you guys cute? Roll them harder. Maybe you might see a brain back there.
My brain is huge. It's unfortunate
Sorry
how
about
much
that.
useless information I store up there.
Yeah, listen, I hear it randomly all day long, so I know. I swear, if you want a friend that just like you'll say
Oh, you're
something to
too
her
old.
and she randomly pops out in a song, call up Lizzie. That's what she does all day long. Like
It's not
I'm
me. It's the
talking to her and she
ADHD.
sings, and I'm like, what? And then she tells me, she's like, I love how you can just tune me out. Like, yes, I can. I'm at the point of our relationship where I can just tune you out and be like, what? What did you just say? Oh, you were singing. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What song was that?
My man's the same way. Like, I'll tell a funny joke, and like me and Kay will be laughing, and he's like, I'm just numb to you, is what he tells me. I'm just numb to you now.
So yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
if that's a trope, but you know.
It's like mutual ignoring. But yeah, definitely the audiobook is the most surreal because like I think I started looking into it like back in like February or March. And like that's when I initially posted like the audition and everything. I was just kind of like, how the f- am I gonna find someone to narrate this book with like the Russian in it, along with like the Vietnamese? And then the tricky part was finding a female narrator who was like Asian in ethnicity. So it was just like, there's no one out there. So yeah, that was a bit tricky, but then I'm so glad I
I
found someone.
I don't my brain is going boop, but I don't remember the narrator, the female one.
Molly Breyer.
Mom.
She's an author as well. She writes like dark thrillers, like romantic thrillers, and like
Oh.
yeah, at least that's what she brands herself as. But yeah, no, she's really awesome. But yeah, like I initially reached out to Paige and PJ. I was like, hey, do you guys want to like possibly narrate this? And then Paige was like, oh, here's some like female like Asian narrators that I know. And she gave me a list, and then that's how I found Molly.
Oh
So it
wow.
was really nice, yeah. And then Cole, he actually reached out to me. Like at that point, I was so fed up with like all the auditions that I got on like ACX. Like I was just like some of them were like good, but like it wasn't like hitting it for me. And I was just like, I'm about to just shut this thing down and like leave it for like another year or something. And then like Cole reached out, and then I was like, yeah, screw it. What's one more audition gonna do to me? My eardrums are already like, and like actually his initial like very first one that he sent me, I was kind of like, he's not hitting it, but then he was like really like open and like everything. He was like, like, hey, if you want to like give me any tips or pointers for like any like re-auditions or anything, I was like, I'll just give him another chance. I was like, like, could you go lower in your pitch and like the Russian accent we took a little bit to like kind of work out during our like initial meeting call, but like I like that didn't matter to me as much as the pitch and the tone and everything. And like when he said it in that second one, I was like, that's it. That is it. So yeah, and he's been so awesome as Nikolai and like the other characters. Like I was just like, I don't know. Like I felt so bad for him. Like when he was like, okay, we gotta work out all these voices. I was like, oh my god, you have like 7 male characters to voice out. How the heck are you gonna like make a different voice and like give them their own personality? He did it, and I was like, okay, I'm keeping you.
Is he going to voice the whole series,
Yeah, both
or
him and Molly are, so they're gonna
okay?
be the concept throughout it all. And yeah, so like I was like, I'm keeping you. I'm hogging you. So yeah, Cole and Molly are gonna be in all 5 books, and then in my next Mafia series, Cole's gonna like I want him to do at least two of the books for sure, and the other three, hopefully, Brandon can do it. So
So
we'll see.
you're doing 3 for this one and then 3 for the next series as well? Is that
5, 5 for this, and then 5 for the next series too.
okay?
I know,
So
I'm crazy.
10 all in total.
I'm crazy. I know. Kate's face is like, woman.
She's gonna have like an SJM universe here, guys. Except for it's going to be Russian men, not elves.
The
You can definitely see what she likes.
So yeah, the Volkov brothers are definitely just 5 books, and they're gonna be on the West Coast, and then the other somewhat interconnected one where it's gonna be over on the East Coast, and that one I'm actually gonna mix it up a bit. I'm gonna have like a little of everything, so it's like one of them's like Italian, the other one's Scottish, one Greek, one like kind of like Spanish, Latin, and then the other one is Asian. And that one I'm kind of excited about. Her book's coming up next is like a female mafia boss, so I'm kind of I haven't seen that either, so I'm kind of like hoping it doesn't flop because I know a lot of people don't like that whole like strong female thing, but it's like how bad would it be to have like a kick-ass female mafia boss?
Listen, that might be my favorite trope. Like unhinged female rage. Like yes,
Oof.
give it to me. I like it a lot.
But
I
yeah,
like it a lot.
I definitely got a lot going on.
Yeah, so you're also working on the Demon series too, those novellas, right?
Yeah, and those are kind of like a little side project just for me to relax because they're like really quick for me to get out.
I love how she just said demons are for me to relax. This is my little demon side project for me to relax.
Those are just my side
Like
projects. my little
a
demons.
palate cleanser for me.
Maggie
But,
had
yeah.
a voice, one Russian, one Scottish, having
My
a
brain broke.
conversation. My brain broke. Mine would break too. I can
I just see
barely.
Cole struggling sometimes, like on his lives, and I just like sometimes I can hear it like in like the recordings. It's like that kind of sounded Scottish. So yeah, and like at first, like when he was like starting it, he was like, "No, that wasn't Russian. I don't know what happened there. My Scottish brain switched on," and it's like,
Listen, I give it to narrators because I can barely speak a
Yeah.
sentence, let alone
I
like.
know, same. It's just like I thought about doing it myself. It's like I can definitely say the Vietnamese words, but then it's like, dude, I can't even keep my tone and voice constant, and like I'll switch between like accents like all around and not even be aware of it. And I'm like, no, that's not happening.
Hi, Courtney.
So yeah, definitely got to give it props to Cole and Molly. Don't know how to do it, but
Yeah, props to narrators because
in general, yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Is she unbuckled?
I mean, a little, but it's 8:51. It's time for me to be unbuckled, ma'am.
Wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my daughter. This is what I get, Rose. Daily. Do you know what that is? Daily. Every day, 7 days a week, 24/7. And even when I'm at work.
Are
She
you
does
not
this to me.
entertained?
Listen, the other day I was late calling her because I call her every day after work. So I was late calling her, and she immediately texted me after the time frame that I was supposed to call. She's like, "Do I have to call in and like fake an emergency? I think they're keeping you." what's going on? I'm like, oh
That's
my God.
dedication right there, okay?
And then all I
I was
text her
gonna
is like,
call in.
help. They're trying to keep me help.
I can't
She's like,
remember what I
okay,
said.
how I have to go back now and see what you said. So that's going to take me a second. So you can continue talking.
That's gonna go in the story now too. It's like, hey, on your calendar it says you have an appointment here, but I know that you're still at work. Why aren't you? Do you need help getting out?
Listen, I would be mortified. Like, I couldn't even, I wouldn't be able to articulate a face, or I would just be there like, like the, that music go, dun dun dun. And that'd be me. I'm just like, I don't know what to say here. Like, this is my fault, but it's also yours. So I think you need to take some responsibility. Before she comes back.
Now I got up to it.
Oh.
Tuesday, 7:22 p.m. I feel like they're holding you hostage. What do I have to negotiate? So I text back and I said, they are, help. And she's like, I'm having a mental breakdown. I really need you. And then she puts laughing emojis. It hurts. LOL. Then I immediately called her like 2 minutes later. Like, they let me free.
Listen, I was ready.
Let's just say the word.
Just say it. I can.
The fact that my coworkers know her and know who she is going to be the funnier part. They're going to be like, Lizzie, are we really having a breakdown, or is this just, you're just trying to get Kay out of work?
I should call them and be like, just so you know, Kay forgot that there was something on her calendar today.
Okay, it's an important date, okay? You can check it. It's on there.
I think her ex is showing up too, so we all need to get this together.
That's hilarious. That's so bad. It was so embarrassing. Just the fact of the matter that the man texts me afterwards, like, you're funny. What? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I got the email saying that you stopped sharing your calendar. What? Like, where were you checking that?
I'm
Sorry.
so glad we could give you content, Rose, because this
And that's when he
needed
goes
to be in
into
the
full
book.
stalker mode. Duh. That's when he's like, okay, fine. She wants to play hard to get. She wants me to
You
wait
want to
till
take
she
me
works
off
for
the
it.
calendar?
Fine.
Oh
I'll
my
chase her.
New York
You-
City. Here I go.
Listen, she does write a good chasing scene, though. I'll tell you that much.
They don't
I'm
call her
just
Rose
saying.
Chase for nothing.
Do you see? Then I tell her, I'm like, you have a comeback for everything. She goes, it's the trauma.
It is. I'm sorry. I blame my parents.
It's just the trauma showing.
She wrote the Bratva's Bride. It is a Russian mafia romance.
She wrote very delicious men.
Oh man,
Russian delicious man. Okay.
I don't think you guys heard Cole's Russian yet in the chapters I sent you. So that's gonna be fun once you guys hear it when I do share it.
Yeah, the only thing we heard is the I can't even say it. Little fox.
Yeah, I think like that. Besides, no, but this is like full on Russian and like, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Did you see her? Like, her brain was like, yeah.
Because it caught me off guard. Like I was like, it's in that one chapter that's an hour long too. So, but like,
You said it caught me off guard.
yeah, it did. Because I was listening to it and like, I swear I know my own books, okay, but you know, it's been a while since I touched it, and then it was like, oh shit, I forgot I wrote that, and then like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to sound, but it sounds good. And it's like, okay, I did not expect that, but we're gonna keep it. We're gonna
I
keep it.
have one more very important question for you.
Uh-huh.
And that is, what advice would you give to a new indie author?
Ooh. My advice, besides like just do it, because I know a lot of times it's just like you wonder if you should do it. Yes, just put it
This is
down on
not
paper.
sponsored by Nike.
Oh yeah, no. But if you do want, but you know, you want to hit us up, give us the goods.
I
We
was
will.
about to say, if you would like to, we are
Just do
open.
But yeah, so just do it. Like you're wondering about the story. If you don't know about it, just put it down on paper, write it out. It'll come out. Don't worry about any like methods or anything. Don't let anyone tell you what to write. So it's like just write the story you want to read. Like I think like I can't remember where I saw that from. It was somewhere on the Facebook group, but like that has stuck with me. Write the story you want to read. Because it's like sure, it might not be someone's favorite, but it's gonna be someone else's favorite out there one day. And I mean, like, just write what you want. So, but it has to come out on paper first.
Are you an author who like stalks their Goodreads and like what is everybody saying? Are you more of the author who doesn't look?
It's a bad habit, but I look because sometimes it's like I like to see like what I can improve on because sometimes it's like oh like it's a little shaky here or there, and I know like I kind of have my hits and downfalls that I'm trying to correct. So like sometimes those comments are like good and helpful to me, and like sometimes like I just like looking at like my reviews and seeing the good stuff that people say like oh my gosh that's so good, this is my favorite. It's like okay, I'm not a total flop then. Like I know it's a bad habit, but I'm one of the authors who looks. But like I won't respond or anything though, because like that's just weird.
Listen, I'm one of the people who like really likes the book, and I look at this is gonna make me sound so bad, but I look at like reviews for books that I really love, and then I argue with people in my head, and I'm just like, you're wrong.
And like
Okay,
I get to listen to that as well. Just saying.
well, they're wrong.
All day
no,
when
like
she reads, she's like, "Oh my god, these people are so wrong! Like, what the heck?"
sometimes I'll like complain to like Katie and like all the others. I'll be like, I'll be like, I can't believe someone said this about my book, and like, because and like honestly, like one review that has kind of stuck with me with Rafa's Bride is like, to me when I read it, it was kind of mocking in my mind. But like, she DNF'd it, and she's like. It was like, oh sir this, oh sir that, and she's already blowing him off in like chapter blah blah blah. And it's like he's just your typical alpha asshole, and it's like, no, he's not. If you would have read past chapter whatever, you would have seen that he's not. So it's like you should have kept on reading instead of like making a little mockery of it.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why we rate books that we DNF either. It's kind of like
I don't rate books at DNF because like unless it's like for a reason where it's just like this just has like too much plot holes or anything. But if it's like something that's not my jam, it's like if I don't read fantasy that much and I pick up a fantasy book and I don't like it, I'm not gonna be like 1 star. I didn't like it. It's like, well, obviously it's not my jam. Like what? Like I'm obviously already gonna like not like it that much. So it's like, why would I rate it?
that's like 100%. Hi, Cole. We were just speaking about you.
Well, hello, Cole.
Cole's little hello is so adorable. Cole, your hello is so adorable. Your little flourish.
Hello.
I can't do it.
We were just speaking about you.
All good things.
Yes, all good things. About how amazing of a job you're doing of Nikolai so far. And like just
And
all
the
the
sound
characters
effects you're putting in, great too.
Oh, you guys are not prepared for the sound effects in that one chapter. Because I wasn't expecting it either. I was not expecting it either. Like it literally just came out. Like I was really just expecting him to say it and then sound effect, and I was like, "Oh, hello." But yeah, you guys doing an
Well,
amazing job.
we loved your book, and you did a fantastic job. I can't believe like this is your debut, to be honest. And yeah, don't let
Sometimes I
those
can't
reviews
believe
get
it.
you down.
I know. Sometimes I can't believe it either. And this is like, it's always gonna be my baby. But it's like sometimes like I look back on it, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I published this. Oh, who let me publish this? Because it's like I can see the slow growth throughout like all the books as I keep like publishing, and it's like, oh my god, who let me do this?
Is that
But you
the
know,
feeling you get every time you publish? Because you're like 5 books in now, right?
yeah, and especially like now since um it's just like, and with Bratva, like I didn't know anything about ARC readers, so like, you know, it was like I had like little to no reviews or ratings and all that stuff. So it's like, but now the more I'm getting into it, like I'm starting to have like a permanent ARC team and everything, and so they're like posting reviews and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like seeing that feedback and that growth, and it's like I actually have people who like my stuff, you know. So it's
You
definitely
do.
definitely interesting, especially with Cardinal so far. Like I've been stalking Goodreads. I shouldn't, but so far the reads have been really good and everything, and it's just been like it warms my heart. Especially since I put so much effort into that one. Like that one so far is probably the deepest I've gotten with any story. So it's probably my second favorite. Like Bride is always gonna be my first just because it's my baby. But you know, Cardinal is definitely gonna be the second.
One last question before I let you go. I know I said the most important one is about indie authors, but also we find out what happened to Lady Queen. We get her out. Good to know. Good to know. I can rest easy tonight.
She doesn't go easy.
She doesn't go easy. Is that what you said?
No, you don't.
Wow, that was expected.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you go so that way you can get your baby to bed. Thank you, baby.
No, you see stuff on us. But yeah.
Oh, she's so pretty. Hi.
Hello. So adorable.
But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be pretty busy the next year because I'm starting a whole new series too, so that's gonna be interesting.
Another Mafia series, or
Kind of, but like it's not the typical one. This one is gonna be like a single mom kind of small town story where he is mafia, but it's like it's more of like he doesn't tell her, but then he like kind of stalks her, shows up at her window, gives her flowers, and is kind of like a weird, sweet, dark romance. So it's gonna be interesting.
or you can add that calendar in.
Oh, that's gonna be the third book in the series. I already have 2 book plans out in that series. Oh,
Me waiting for that. Make sure you message me and let me know which one that one is.
I'm gonna tag you. I'll be like, inspo.
She'll put you in the author notes. Thank you, Kay.
Dedication. It's gonna be like the acknowledgement, the dedication of like to Kay. You know what you did.
Don't add me. I was just the facilitator.
And
Lord
yes,
mercy.
Lizzie, thank you.
Like,
Rose, thank
Karen,
you
thanks for
so
screwing up.
much. Seriously, thank you
No,
so much
thank
for
you so much
allowing
for
us.
having me. Like I've been like so excited about this. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for letting
Awesome.
us promote your book, and it was a great book, and we appreciate you. Have a wonderful night,
You
Cole,
too.
and have a good night, sweet baby.
Aw, bye, Cole.
Bye.
And bye, guys. Have a good night.
Okay.